Hello darlings! The Tevinter Civil War, which was also known as the Qarinus Rebellion, was a conflict between several Magister noble houses, all vying for the throne after the death of Archon Tydarion, who died in -640 Ancient. That's 555 TE 6960 FA. Tydarion had no heir, so the Magisterium planned to convene and elect a new Archon. Seems simple enough. Except before they could do that, one of the noble houses that had been recently appointed to the Magisterium by the now dead Archon, House Calphayus, proclaimed that one of its members should be the new Archon. This caused an uproar among the other nobility, especially because House Calphayus was of the Laitan class, those with no prior history of magic use, and had been soperati, common citizens, until very recently. When the Magisterium finally did convene, its members denied House Calphayus and its claim to the throne. Okay, settled? No. House Calphayus had a large following of other soperati because they had promised to reform the Imperium by giving non-magisters more liberties, and they planned to perhaps abolish slavery. So, with an army of soperati, House Calphayus took Minrathous and proclaimed one of its members as the new Archon. Most of those living in Minrathous accepted this, while all the Altus Magisters, those with a long history of magic use, did not. Pro-Calphayus troops moved to arrest the dissonant Magisters, but many of these high nobles escaped the city with their supporters. These were led by House Styrak, a very influential family whose members had been in the Magisterium for centuries. Many Altus houses, including House Styrak, the next most influential house, supported their cause, many of whom were descendants to the first Archon. They gathered in Qarinus and established the Qarinus League, an anti-Calphayus alliance. The League agreed on a leader from the Styrak family, whom they claimed to be the rightful heir as Archon, and they declared war on the usurpers in Minrathous. Thus began the Tevinter Civil War that waged on until -555 Ancient, 640 TE, 7045 FA. There were many battles during this time. Many took place in Verantium, which was a major trade hub along the coastline of the Nosen Sea. The river that flowed south of Verantium and the sea into the continent was considered the border between Imperial Tevinter and League territory. Everything to the west was under the control of Minrathous, and everything to the east was under the control of Qarinus. After a number of battles, the High Magisters captured the port of Marnus Pel and proceeded north, but were defeated at the Battle of Asariel. They took back Verantium, but lost their hideout of Minrathous. In the fifth battle for Verantium, Qarinus forces managed to take the city back. The League then moved northwards and took Marnus Pel from Imperial forces. In the first years of the Civil War, while all these ground battles took place, each faction built its navy. Since both Minrathous and Qarinus are port towns, Minrathous relied on former Imperial Navy vessels, while Qarinus used both navy vessels and merchant ships that they confiscated, said for the greater good. Sure. The League had 94 ships at Qarinus. Spies gave the information to Minrathous, which had 71 ships. Minrathous sent its ships to intercept Qarinus' ships, and the two navies clashed halfway between the two capitals. The Imperial ships took the League by surprise and destroyed 48 ships. The League destroyed 39 Imperial ships. Qarinus forces retreated. After this, battles continued inland, though ships were used to raid smaller port towns. There was a 9-year stalemate after the Second Battle of Asariel, where the Imperial forces were victorious. By this time, the League controlled 2/3 of Tevinter. Both sides took time to replace soldiers, recover, rest. The League put down slave rebellions and quelled a revolt in Ravane. Small battles occurred, but did nothing to change the course of the war. In Qarinus, Grand Duke Maximilian Styrak succeeded his father, and in Minrathous, Justinian Calphayus was appointed as Archon. Both wished for the war to end soon. Justinian saw the war as useless, while Maximilian wanted to defeat his rival for power and to prove himself as the undisputed ruler. Qarinus was suffering from economic problems, revolts, and mutinies. A new offensive took place at the front lines, breaking the stalemate. The front lines stretched from Marnus Pel to Voldorma. The First Army attacked the League near Marnus Pel, but this was a feint. The Second Army went south and attacked the weaker part of the line and took control of Voldorma. Before marching north, they attacked Marnus Pel from behind, enveloping them, and the First Army unleashed its full army at the front. Qarinus forces attempted to break out. Only 45,000 from 150,000 escaped to Verantium. Thus, all the League's gains reversed in one blow. After another battle at Verantium, the League retreated to Qarinus, while the Imperial forces reclaimed the other half of Tevinter. The Senate was kept intact thanks to the peace among its members. Justinian Calphayus remained the Archon, but Tevinter suffered many losses. There are ruins everywhere, and the veil is thinned in battlefield areas. So front lines, Verantium, Marnus Pel, etc. Oh la la, so intense. Looks like the Calphayus heirs and Archons did not abolish slavery, finally, which led to uprisings and riots. Slavery remained, and a Magister with magic was Archon, and the tradition continued. So like I mentioned in the video about Qarinus, it became an important part of Tevinter, as the Archons in Minrathous took control of all of Tevinter once more. Qarinus forces fought against Qunari forces, and there was that back and forth of Qarinus belonging to Tevinter and Qarinus belonging to the Qunari. When the Tevinters took Qarinus back from the Qunari the first time and renamed it Ventus, today Qarinus, now Ventus, belongs once again to Qunari forces. And that was the Tevinter Civil War. Let me know your thoughts. Was this civil war useless, like the Archon believed? Or could the League have done something? And why didn't they fulfill the abolishing slavery thing? Why? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Like this video if you like it, subscribe to be Rosie approved, and I'll see you all soon. Masaranas.
If you're new here and you like my content, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon for notifications. Like it if you like it, for the like it if you like it dance. You can also follow my website, binkyproductions.com, where I post everything from all my channels. Exclusive! If you want to support me, consider buying my book, Stardust Destinies 1 Variant Facing. Magic, dragons, fantasy, all relevant links below. Thank you so much for your time. Your continued viewership is very much appreciated. Masaranas.